5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. Now, here's Tom Silverstein.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to 5 Questions with LeRoy Butler. I was going to say what season this was, but I have no idea what season this was.
I was talking to Bill about that. It probably been 15 years.
I think it's been longer.
More than that?
Yeah, it was pretty. Well, you retired in what, 02?
02?
Yeah, it's been
maybe
probably close
17,
to 20
8,
years.
Maybe?
No, not 20 years. No, probably 15 years.
15? We'll just go with 15.
Yeah, whatever.
Man. Yeah, I've been making your career a long time.
Oh, my God. 15 years? I don't know. That might be the limit for me.
I tell you what, though. I've been looking forward to doing this because there's a lot of storylines we can go with.
Yeah.
But I want to go back because I'm talking about one of the most satisfying wins of Matt LaFleur's career. The Dallas game is because I think that's the game that people looking at trajectory of what they could be like, and then you see the San Francisco game. And then you're thinking, well, they're going to be the youngest team in the league again for the second year in a row. So have they conquered some of those young mistakes in that fourth quarter of that San Fran game?
And that was a winnable game.
Yes.
Could have been different if Anders Carlson hits the field goal.
Well, that's probably why he's not here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, of course. But also, there was a part of Jordan Love's game that we still need to see, and that is winning games at the end.
Yeah.
He wasn't good at the end last year.
Of San Francisco.
There was the Las Vegas game. He had a chance at the end to win the game. There's Denver. He had a chance to win the game through an interception. Giants game had a chance to. Well, they did tie it. The defense blew that one. There's one other that I'm forgetting.
Well, yeah, because why are you bringing that up?
Well, because that's part of being a great quarterback, and if we're going to give that criticism to Aaron Rodgers, it has to go to Jordan Love too.
I wouldn't even bring Aaron Rodgers' name up, man. Don't be a media guy.
Well, you got to say that is the one part that we need to see from him.
No, I've seen everything. That's why we paid him the money. And here's why. And I agree with you to a point because I was a little disappointed throwing the ball back across your body against San Francisco. I'll give you that. That's something you normally wouldn't see. But down the stretch, we also have to say that he was the best, if not one of the best, the last 8 or 9 games to put them in position to get to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I want to be fair about it.
No question. But when we judge guys by like what Pat Mahomes does at the end of games and Brady did and guys who win Super Bowls regularly, they are their best at the end. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he can't be that.
No,
I'm just saying
I
still want to see that from him.
Yeah, but out of his group, which I'm gonna judge him on 2020. Okay, you had Tua, right? You had Herbert, Hurts, who will play Friday, and who's all those quarterbacks? 2020. So that group of guys, I think he'll be the best of that group. And if you're going to win down the stretch, I think you should have a say-so in it. And the reason why I say that is those quarterbacks you named, they get a chance to go to the line, check, and put the team on their back to get into plays they want. Now, not to say that the plays that didn't come from the sideline don't work, but the one here, Datavian Wicks on against Dallas, he set the protection. He did everything, went to his progression, stayed in the pocket, took the hit, and delivered.
Today's quarterback has to do that.
You got to be able to do some of the gyrating and stuff.
Complex, yeah.
And that's what I saw his growth down the stretch. That's why I'm excited. Is he would go up there He would get to play,
Yeah.
go up there, and sometimes it may be fake, sometimes it's real. But down the stretch, to me, you're 100% correct. That's how they judge you if you can win those games. I mean,
Yeah, the fine line
in the
there
fourth quarter.
is that, and I'm always reluctant to say that guys make declarations that guys are great play callers because we don't know the full story. But I think we can judge from the past 4 years that Matt LaFleur runs a good offense. He has a creative offense. He puts players in the right positions to make plays. Yeah. And what I think we saw with Love was him giving in more to the offense than Aaron Rodgers did. And then, so, this is LaFleur and this is Love. Now it needs to come up a little so that Love has his say, like you said. Yes. But LaFleur still has to be part of it because
man, you're good.
He's the one who
you're good. You're good. I don't care what Janet say about you. You're good.
I mean, do you agree with that?
100%, Tom. This was, and you're the only media guy nationally and locally to say that, because that's why I admire you, because up until that point, no one gave LaFleur credit because you had Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, right.
4-time MVP. He's doing his stuff. Okay, they won all these games, but put that to the side. Last year, and coming into this training camp, you could see LaFleur relax. He's having fun. There's no stress.
Yeah.
Because he can run his offense.
Yeah.
Remember, Aaron didn't want to run motion.
Yeah, right. Which is
I don't like
that's the basis of his offense.
Yeah. I wanted some, and the reason why we've done this, like you said, for years. What I tell you all the time, Tom, when we do X and O's, if you move one guy, defense can get confused.
Yeah.
When you did not move a guy, you just come out of the lineup, we destroy people. But if one guy moves, gets set, and the other guy go back, the defense is like, okay, I got to go from strong to weak, back to strong. Okay, somebody's wide open. That's Wicks wide open in the preseason against Cleveland.
Yeah.
And you get him on a linebacker or a safety.
Safety, yeah.
You got to have him do that. But now you'll be able to see Matt LaFleur's offense.
Right.
And I'm excited for it.
And on the flip side, we're going to talk about how the Packers' defense is going to handle that kind of a thing.
Yes.
But let's go back to the 49ers game. So 2 weaknesses, I would say, that
only
they
2
had that really cost them the game.
Okay.
Wow, they're big ones: kicking,
yes,
and defense.
Stopping
their
run.
defense could not stop the run. They couldn't get quite enough pressure on. They give up first downs. Mm-hmm. My impression of the Packers defense, and I don't have the stats on this, but it always seemed like they were in 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8, and then they give up a run or something and give up the first down. Like they'd have these drives where they're in position to stop them, and they'd give up a first down. So now we have, we're going to see a new coordinator with a new defense, and we're going to go over it on X's and O's, give you just kind of a primer on that defense. But what's your impression of the scheme that he brings in? Let me ask you, you played a 4-3 defense.
Yes.
And you also played a big nickel, right? Was Fritz's big nickel with 3 safeties, or did he have 3 lines?
Yes, we had 3 safeties at times, and sometimes we had a 5-man front, and we would rotate out. We had a lot of packages.
Yeah.
Let us know.
But
to your point was, I played in the 3-4, and I played in the 4-3, and the reason why Hafley is good is he gives something Fritz Shermer did. He'll give each guy a package that belongs to me. Remember Keith McKenzie?
Mm-hmm.
He would come in for Sean Jones on obvious passing downs.
Right.
So all he did was stared at the marker when it was 3rd down. He run in.
Yeah.
But Sean Jones had to buy in.
Right.
So Lucas Van Ness, who's one of my favorites, he gets a playbook. He also gets a supplement.
Yeah, right.
And people say, what's a supplement? He has a package just for him. So now we've asked you, when we drafted you, to stand up. Hafley may go to you and say, I need you to put your hand in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
But he got to buy in. He may go to 52. I need you to put your hand in the dirt.
Yeah.
Or I need you to stand up. Or Quay Walker, you know what, on third down, I got a package just for you. I'm going to play you just like Michael Parsons. I'm going to put you on the inside.
Right. Or on the edge.
Or on the edge.
Right.
Because I want to create matchups. And that's what I think that Hafley is going to do for the guys to make everybody feel important.
Okay.
And they didn't have that in the past.
Let's talk about personnel.
Okay.
Because some has changed. And basically they remade the safety room. I mean,
Yes.
totally remade the safety room.
Yes.
And
Yes.
number one, they brought in Xavier McKinney and paid him
Yes.
a boatload of money from the
Yes.
Giants. What did you think of that move?
Well, first of all, I was shocked that a guy in his prime was available.
Yeah.
But
And young, too. You know,
yeah,
he's
like
still only
26.
like 25.
25, 26. I don't even know what I was doing when I was 25, 26. But I'll say this, though. There's two things you could possibly say that held the Packers back from going to a Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers organization. I mean, because you could have been in 3 Super Bowls, but they kept you out in the safety position.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, Raheem Mostert is still running.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy put up. And
Savage had that pick against Kittle, was it?
yes.
I mean, he made it against Dallas and returned it, but then that one in 49ers, they needed that bad, went right through his hands.
It was a position that's why, here's why I have so much respect for Gutekunst. You have to make tough decisions, Tom, if you're going to be in that position. Not just, do what everybody think you should do. So yes, I need a safety. And then yes, I can go draft Williams, who I think is going to be a great player, and Bullard. Now, I was a little shocked that Anthony Johnson didn't make it.
Yeah.
I was shocked by that because not only that he's a big, strong, young guy, but he was there last year, but they had to move in a different direction. These safeties seem to be a little bit more athletic and tackle better.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
They bring some heft
That's
to
what
them.
you need.
I'm going to shamelessly plug a story I did on Javon Bullard today.
Yeah. Why is it shameless? I don't know about it.
Because,
Well, you're a
why
great
not?
writer, so
That's
let me
what I
hear it.
do.
Let me hear it.
The Packers have been drafting safeties with first, second, third round picks, since Nick Collins. They've been trying to find another Nick Collins since drafting him in the second round.
Yes. Yeah.
And they've had rookie starters. Morgan Burnett was a starter right away. Clint Dix was a starter right away.
Yeah.
Darnell Savage was a starter right away. Collins was a starter. And Bullard's going to be a starter. So they're putting a lot on him. They really like him. What's the difficulty? He's a little different guy. He's going to be able to go down and play in the slot. He did that at Georgia.
Yes.
Be a slot corner. There are times they can play him there. They can play him in the box. They can play him back. What's been your impression of him?
That he wants all the smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a guy that when I think he was a junior, he was like the team captain because the guy just wants to make the big play.
Yeah.
And you have to team, and that's the reason why, for me, my career really took off, Tom, when they went and got Eugene Robinson. Because I don't have hands, I don't track the ball well, but I can go up in the line.
That's not true.
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
That's not true. But anyway, go ahead.
I want to go up front. I don't want to play cover 2. I don't want to play deep middle. But we got to find somebody to do that so I can go up.
Right.
And that's what Bullard brings. And he's almost like a grown man in a young guy's body. to be a good teammate. That's why I know people say we always draft guys from Georgia. These guys have played in big games, but they're good. They're good teammates, and he was somebody that I was very high on because he can play in the slot, and I think that's maybe the weakness of the defense. Because if 25 gets hurt, who are you gonna put in the slot to cover a tight end, or it could be a back? And if Bullard can do that, now you don't put a lot of stress on your defense. So I'm very, very excited about his growth.
Yeah, versus the Eagles, we may see Keyshawn Nixon more because they have Devontae Smith and Jahan Dotson, who are two really quick guys. So you might want more of a corner. But I'll tell you what I really liked about Bullard, and it just showed up in one practice. They were in your favorite, a bunch formation. The offense was, 3 guys over here. And it was Bullard, Jair Alexander, and maybe it was McKinney. No, it was like Keyshawn Nixon, I think. Something like that. And they're there, and they're talking just like they're supposed to. And they're set. Play comes. Dobbs comes underneath, scores a touchdown, And Bullard is furious. I mean, I think Jair Alexander did something he wasn't supposed to do, like took a chance, or like, they had made the call and he's expecting him to go to Dobbs. This guy was so mad, he was still talking about it on the sideline. Like they had to bring guys over like McKinney and Nixon to calm him down, because I asked him about it. He's like, well, we're supposed to be perfect. We're striving for perfection. That really upset me. I like that kind of a player.
You hold yourself accountable,
and others,
and your teammates are they're okay with it because it's going to make us better. How many times have we drawn up bunch formations up here and guys are wide open? So that's even refreshing there. But back to your one point about Bullard, he wants to cover Devontae Smith. He wants to cover a receiver. He wants all the smoke. Put me where you think the play is going to be, and he's a better tackler than we've had on the perimeter. And that's what I'm really, really excited about.
The question, will be how he does man-to-man, and but I think they're confident. I think what they liked about him, the reason he beat out Evan Williams for the spot is that I think he can cover better in the slot. But Evan Williams is a big dude with
I like Williams good
with speed and definitely good
I was
instinct.
shocked he was in the 7th round, though. 4th round. Because I'm thinking
he was hardly mentioned in a lot of the draft experts.
But I was watching him on tape, and I'm thinking this guy's a 1st or 2nd rounder because he's smart, and that's the one position you got to be smart, hit, run, and cover. You got to have all 3 of those. And when I saw him in preseason, I was like, oh, don't get hurt. Just pull him out. Because a guy who go that late, 4th round, or when it, say 4 through 7, that's a lot of stress there. Because you think you should have went before. They have a chip on their shoulder. But they just want an opportunity. And you know what? He probably thinking to himself, I should be starting. But he's not going to go turn over the water jug.
No.
He's not going to go tell the media.
No, he's not that type of guy.
So that was a steal for me.
I think we'll see situations where McKinney and Evan Williams are the deep safeties, and
he's going to
Bullard
play.
Is up as a 3rd safety.
I would love that.
Don't rule out Katan Oladapo as well. They really like him. He is a big man. Now, he can't cover anybody in the slot, but on one of those nickel downs, you could put him up near the line of scrimmage and he can, play the run or
Absolutely.
whatever. So they remade that. Their linebacker position isn't that different because...
Well, I got to see Cooper. I was so disappointed. Couldn't really
that was a big
see him.
Big disappointment for them that he got hurt.
He
can fly.
Man,
he
this
can
guy
really fly. But I think it's going to be a bit before we see him regularly.
They got enough guys because I'm a big McDuffie guy. So if they can do Quay Walker, McDuffie, rotating, if they're going to play a nickel. But it all depends on, too, if you can get the three big guys up there, you know, Wyatt, 97, you know, these guys got to keep.
Carl Brooks.
Now, I'm glad you brought him up. He reminds me of Keith McKenzie. I'm staring at third down, and I'm going in. Because on the inside, that guy's quick, okay? But they have to have I would like to see a defense, which Philly, and we'll talk about Philly in a minute, but Philly's got the Kellen Moore type offense because he's the new coordinator. People ask me all the time, what's the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3? Stay tuned for X and O. We'll get deeper into it. And why does Hafley wants to leave college and come be a coordinator? You know, I mean, I can't answer that, but I know one thing about it. He'll be everywhere he's gone. He got full control over the defense. He got full control over the defense.
And he's a former secondary coach, so he spends a lot of time.
Remember, I told you all great coordinators are coaches who've coached secondary, because that's the most stress. That's the most stress.
Tell me how you think Philadelphia will attack the Packers. What's the number one thing that the Packers have to stay?
Number 11. I mean, A.J. Brown, top 2 receivers. But I don't know how. Now, Kellen Moore is a under the center coordinator. Jalen Hurts won't have been in the shotgun.
No, he's going to do a lot of read option stuff, right?
See, and they want to get the ball to Saquon Barkley, but they've been, shotgun, RPOs, all that stuff, and now Kellen Moore got to kind of sprinkle it in. He don't want to do that. Kellen Moore wants to throw. He's a quarterback. He wants to throw. He's going to try to get A.J. Brown out on the perimeter. If you off, he's going to throw it to him, and then he's going to try to isolate Dallas Goedert, the tight end. He won't try to get you isolated, play action, corner route. Devontae Smith's a deep threat. If they get to messing with that, you can see Philly starting out real slow, and the Packers can be way up.
Okay.
But sometimes as coaches, which sometimes they don't like, they get beside themselves and they don't want to, they're stuck. I'm just going to run my stuff. Then I can see the Packers really dominating them. But if he lets, they got the best weapons, 2 receivers, a tight end and a running back and a quarterback, all experience. They got Super Bowl experience. Yeah. They got everything. If he comes in and runs some of the stuff that they're good at, it can be difficult for any new, because you also Hafley's new as well.
Yeah.
So you got 2 coordinators that don't really know each other.
Right.
But I'm hoping they get, defense normally starts a lot faster than offense if they're making changes.
I think the thing I'm going to watch closely during the game is the fronts. Is the Packers' defensive front versus the Eagles' offensive line.
Yeah.
Because me and others have written all camp how good the pass rush looked from the Packers, how aggressive they looked up front.
Yes.
And they are playing, and we'll show it here, a more aggressive style.
Yes.
But let's find out if they can do it against the Eagles, who have one of the best left tackles, one of the best right tackles, lost their everything center, Jason Kelsey.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean they're not any good inside.
They're still going to do the
Dickerson and then
quarterback sneak thing or whatever.
Yeah, the tush push.
Yeah, they're still going to do that.
But that gets overblown. What's really impressive is they can just maul you and run the ball right down your throat at times.
But I've seen Jalen Hurts, who I'm a big fan of, by the way, blitzing him pressure. He doesn't do well in pressure.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, no quarterback.
He had trouble last year.
He had some trouble.
Yeah.
But the one thing about it, he doesn't get flustered. But it's one guy back that I'm so excited that if he is playing at a high clip, somewhere LeRoy Butler is smiling. That's 55. 55 to me when he got hurt, they missed something, Tom. That guy is just like Brooks. He can beat I don't care who the tackle is, because he got the speed to create the one-on-one matchups. If they're creating one-on-one matchups, I can see these guys getting 5 or 6 sacks if they can rotate them in there.
Wow.
I'm very, very excited about that.
That would be amazing.
Yes.
Pretty impressive.
Yes.
Talking about blitz, Jordan Love was the most blitz quarterback of anybody last year. Now, part of that was they played a whole bunch of blitzing teams, like teams that are all out blitz, Kansas City, the Giants, Minnesota.
Yeah.
What does Vic Fangio do you think? He's the new defensive coordinator. Packers are very familiar with him. He's head coach of the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
He was defensive
Was he
coordinator.
the coordinator when Jordan Love played Kansas? No. That was Kansas City.
Saleh.
Who's Kansas City?
Kansas City? Spagnuolo.
Spagnuolo. Same kind of stuff, kind of. And he's not trying to hide anything. They'll just walk up in there and show you what they got and create matchups.
Right.
You know, Slay is supposed to be their guy. Vic Fangio, he's not trying to fool anybody. That's why he's been around forever. But there is opportunities in play action and running the ball on the perimeter. On the perimeter. If Josh Jacobs, which is on my fantasy team, by the way, full disclosure, if he can get on that perimeter, he's going to cause them some problems.
Yeah.
Because the Fletcher Coxes of the world are gone.
Right.
So you got to run that ball, and Jordan Love was one of the top 3 play action quarterbacks. Because I was asking everybody, like, why was he so hard to defend? Man, his ball handling skills. I don't know if it's Tom Clemens. I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, Matt LaFleur, but he really takes it very seriously. I mean, you remember Steve DeBerg?
Yeah.
Remember that guy?
Dave Craig was one of the best.
You never knew. Yeah. And that's the same thing with Jordan Love, but once you do it, get your head around, because there's your guy. He was one of the best at that. But they're going to blitz him from the weak side, and they're going to overload it, because people have been telling me that they really think that the offensive line may be the weakness of the Packers. I said, what do you mean by that? Well, if a guy brings casino, that means bringing 6 or 7 guys. They figure somebody's just going to turn somebody free. So that's why I was glad to see Ryan getting some center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sean Ryan was playing center. He could play guard. Your first-round pick, Jordan, I don't know if he's healthy enough.
I have a feeling they're going to rotate. Those 2 guys are going to rotate like they did with Runyon and Ryan last year.
Yes.
63
ready to go.
I think ultimately Jordan Morgan's going to start. I think he's too athletic.
What side?
Probably guard.
Right guard?
He's just too athletic to keep out of the game. And, Rasheed Walker's, he's locked in at left tackle.
Yes, man.
Zach Tom's locked in at right tackle.
Now, is he healthy?
He's completely healthy.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Zach Tom can play everything.
Pretty healthy.
Why do people think that that's a weakness? I don't get it.
Offensive line depth, tackle depth.
Okay.
I think that's where they see a weakness. If something happened to Rasheed Walker, Andre Dillard might be next in line, and he's an unproven guy, even though he's a veteran. But they have options. Elton Jenkins can swing out there. They really liked the 2
I like
big
Jenkins left
guys.
guard, though.
Telfort and Glover, they like those 2 guys. So there's options. Jordan Morgan could move out there. Huh?
Monk?
Monk is a backup center.
Yeah, I like Monk. You got to have 8, I think 8, Larry Bechtel told me this, because I used to just want to know.
Rest in peace, Larry.
Rest in peace. I used to sit in their room. He was a line coach. I'm like, tell me what's the scheme on the zone blocking, and I just want to know, how does this work? He said you got to have 8 to 9 guys up at any time that can play 2 positions. And Andy Reid was telling me this. Sometimes you have to play 3 positions, because if a guy gets hurt, you got to shift a guy. But I'm always putting my best 5 in there.
Right.
So I'm thinking, I don't know how many they got on the roster,
10.
but they got to have at least 8 that you trust
Yeah, to play
that can
right
play.
away.
So I'm excited
Yeah,
if they
we'll
can get some of these young guys in there. And you know I'm a big Musgrave guy. We can't leave without me mentioning Musgrave.
I'm gonna be contradictory there.
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna
Here
tell
we go.
you. I'm
Here we
gonna
go, Bill.
Suggest, and
Here we
we'll
go.
talk about this at the end of the year, that Tucker Kraft is going to have a better year.
I
than
love
Luke
Tucker
Musgrave.
Kraft. I love Tucker.
I
I
think-
drafted Tucker Kraft.
I think he's going to wind up being a better tight end when it's all said and done.
Well,
But
okay.
that's here nor there. We need to get going here.
Yeah,
We've
but
been
that's
blabbing.
fine.
You kind of
Just the
stretched
first-
it out there by
just the
with all
first
your
show.
name dropping and everything.
Just-
So
Yeah, I mean, Tucker Kraft, I mean,
all right,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
let's have a
We'll talk
prediction,
receivers
huh?
next time. Packers win 31-17.
Okay.
And Christian Watson have his career year. Career game.
Okay.
Nobody can cover him down the field. Play action, bombs to him. So
Okay.
the kicking game does have me a little worried. Not Wheeling,
The
though. He's
rookie,
the best
Narveson.
punter.
Yeah.
Punter's fine, but kicking got me a little.
Okay.
So
Who do you want to thank?
Pick and save, of course. And this week, please, anybody, if you know, download podcasts, go to the Leap 36 podcast and download it. Me and former Packer, former Badger, Gary Ellison, we talk about the game and all kinds of stuff. So it's the Leap 36 podcast.
All right, and don't forget X's and O's. We're going to go over Jeff Hafley's defense.
Yes.
All right, I'll see you hopefully when I get back from Brazil, and
Go Pack.
you get back from whatever you're doing this week.
Man, you got that money. I ain't got no money to be going out of the country.
All right, take care.
Bye.